Hello, welcome to this edition of Sports Bets for Free. My name is Scott Jenkins, your host. Just a local sports bettor here in Phoenix, Arizona, and hopefully today with our bets and your bets, it's going to be another profitable day for you. Major League Baseball, August 16th, Saturday, August 16th. What a crazy Friday! Am I nuts or what? Friday games seem to be more and more interesting as we go throughout the season. If you're new to our show, a couple things. Number one, our show is brought to you by Outlier, the world's number one sports betting app. You can find a 7-day free trial in our TikTok channel page or in every episode in the comments section of every YouTube episode. Outlier, not only can you get the best bets, best hit rates, trends, all that kind of good stuff in all the sports, but you also can put multiple books in one spot, not having to go from app to app to app. You can shop easily from one spot on all the bets you're going to make. So Outlier the app, 7-day free trial, TikTok channel page, as well at the end of every episode here on YouTube. Also, if you're new to our show, welcome. Secondly, we do fade or follow 4 teams in Major League Baseball: Cubs, Dodgers, Royals, and the Orioles. We will play all of our bets in those games when all 4 teams are playing like they are on Saturday. But we will give you bets throughout the lineup. So no matter what game you're in, we're going to at least have, I assume, at least a couple plays for you, more than likely, if not more than that. So let's get started. First game up, 2:20 Eastern time frame. The Cubs are going to lead us off again with this pitiful display of offense that they have going on. 2:20 Eastern time. They are a $2.20 favorite, total at 9 in this one. Burrows versus Shota. So if you haven't watched our show before, then you won't know we're monster Cubs fans. Here's the drink of water that we've got going on. Cubs on it. This is the August-September collapse of the Chicago Cubs now, or whether they 9 games behind the Brewers with another loss to the stinking Pirates. Are we freaking kidding me? Once again, a whopping 2 whole runs. PCA finally breaks out of his bullshit. Michael Busch can't hit another hit. He can't hit at home all of a sudden. Kyle Tucker's been god-awful. So congratulations on that trade that sent Cam Smith and Paredes out because you're getting you're going to get a comp. Somebody's going to pay him a ridiculous amount of money. The Cubs aren't going to pay it. So you're just getting a compensation pick in between the first and the second round for a free agent. Great trade there, Cubs. I understand getting rid of Bellinger. I do. There was no reason to trade for Tucker unless you were willing to put a deal together. I don't like what they gave up for him. They gave up 2 future stars in Cam Smith and Paredes. They wouldn't have had to pull Matt Shaw up early. Shaw's been okay, but let's be honest, Shaw's not lighting the world on fire either. But just to get back to this crap with the Cubs, they pitch and they give up 3 runs. Once again, Palencia, I don't know why he is the closer all of a sudden, but okay. He gives up a run. Guess what? They lose 3-2. I don't get it. I really don't. Like, they are pitching so much better than what they should. And their bullpen's actually been solid. I mean, Palencia giving up the run yesterday, but the bullpen hasn't done that bad over the last month. The offense has been god-awful. Can we not try a different lineup, Mr. Council? They paid you $8 million a year, highest paid manager out there, and you can't even come up with a damn new, somebody to, oh my God. As Cubs fans, this is ugly. Anyway, let's get to the bets in this Cubs game. Obviously, we're heavily invested. We'll make this one easy again. Under. So take the 9, go to 9.5. It's under 3.5 first 3 innings, under 5.5 first 5, 7.5 first 7, 9.5 first for the game. Cubs under 5.5 team total is the biggest bet of the day by far. Pirates under 3.5 team total. Canario for the Pirates under a half a hit. Brian Reynolds under a half a run. Bush under a half a run. Bush under a half a single. Bush, under. No, Kelly under 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs. Tucker and Kelly under 1.5 total bases. Tucker under a half a run. Piguero under 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs. Pham under 1.5 total bases. Shota under 5.5 hits allowed. Canario under a half a total base. Kelly under a half a run. Tucker under 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs. Tucker under a half a hit for good big plus money, and Bush under 1.5 total bases. Do we get the feeling there of what I'm talking about? It's just under, more under. We didn't play PCA because he finally broke that streak of 11 straight games. But Tucker and Bush have been god-awful as well. Suzuki thought about playing again today. That's still an option. If you want to go back to PCA, I wouldn't blame you again. I mean, it's been nothing but money on PCA for a month on just taking under everything. He finally broke through. I'm glad the kid got some hits. He needed them. So we build some confidence back up as well. Next game up, let's get to it, right? Blue Jays at home hosting the Rangers. Patrick Corbin, Eric Lauer in this one. So Corbin's pitched well. Lauer not so much. This one here spells Rangers to me, plus a half a run from 5, plus 1.5 for the game. You might sprinkle a little bit on the money line. Corbin's actually been a little bit more consistent, I think, than Bauer. So a couple of plays here in this one. Jake Berger for the Rangers. Over a half a run plus money in that one. Bo Bichette, you could probably play him over 1.5 hits, runs, or RBIs if you want to. I think Vlad is the better play there, though, to be really honest. Patrick Corbin, over 1.5 walks. Patrick's pitched better this season, but walks still are an issue. He's averaged like 2.2 walks over his last 6 starts. Miles Straw for the Blue Jays. Over a half a run. That's almost paying 2-1 as well. Let's see here. We'll see if we got any more player props to give you really quickly. Let's see. No. Bo Bichette, even though over 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs, under 1.5 total bases, 5 straight games at home. He's been actually averaging under 1 total base. And we went over the Vlad Guerrero. Ezekiel Duran over a half a hit run RBI. Actually pretty decent here. He's been averaging 2.3 hits plus runs plus RBIs over his last 6 games. And making sure we didn't miss anything else. Looks like we're clear. So I'll give you quite a few plays there for the Blue Jays and the Rangers. Like we said, we do like the Rangers plus a half from 5 and plus 1.5 for the game. Next game up, Nationals, Phillies, Cavalli, T1 Walker. I want to give the Phillies a little bit of credit here. Didn't think they were going to be able to put up 6 runs on Friday. They did. Congratulations on that one there. That wasn't the biggest shock of the day, but this game going off at 4:05 Eastern time. I do like the Phillies here today, though. I will be honest. They're only about $1.50 favorite. Taijuan Walker hasn't been that outstanding, but Cavalli's been bad. Phillies money line from 5. Phillies money line for the game. Let's give you some player props as well. Schwarber over 1.5 total bases. Harper under 2.5 hits, runs, RBIs. James Wood under a half a run. CJ Abrams, though, over 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs. And let's see here. There's a boatload. Nick Castellanos for a strikeout. Continue that streak, will we? I mean, that dude is just crazy. James Wood under 1.5 total bases. He continues to struggle. I mean, he's not, what is he? 10 straight games at home. He hasn't hit that number. Under 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs. He hasn't hit that one in 7 straight games at home. A lot of guys struggling there for the Nationals. He's a big reason why. CJ Abrams under a half a run. There's all kinds of different little plays there in that, Phillies and Nationals game. All right, 1:10 Eastern time frame. We get to the Marlins, Red Sox. Not 1:10. How about 4:10 Eastern time? How about let's get the times right, Scotty, on that one there. So when looking over this game here, we've got Quantrill and Bello. I still can't believe yesterday's game was 2-1. That was incredible. I thought for sure that was going to be a monster over game. Red Sox come back and win that thing 2-1. Wow. Way off on what we thought was going to be runs-wise. There was a few games, guys, and I apologize. I know I handicapped the game correctly, so I looked it over 2-3 times. But, wow, did they not perform like they have in previous events. in that one. I do like the Red Sox here again today. Red Sox only $1.80 favorite here going against Quantrill. So I think there's actually value on the money line. But we'll say Red Sox minus a half a run from 5, minus 1.5 for the game. Let's see. Quantrill under 3.5 strikeouts as well. The Red Sox right at 16-2, their last 18 is a favorite. Just keep that in mind. That's like I said, I'm surprised they're not more. Also, they're 14-4 their last 18 as against the spread. So minus 1.5 definitely I think comes into play there. Let's see. Trevor Story, 1+ run. Trevor Story, 1+ RBI. Xavier Edwards, over 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs. I think that comes into play again. Trevor Story, 2+ total bases. Trevor Story, 1+ single. You can see there's a lot of Trevor Story there, right? All of those, I think, come into play there in that Red Sox game as well. Next game up, Mariners and the Mets. McLean versus Brian Wu. So Sean Manaea pitched like crap. Let's see. Castillo pitched like crap. What else? Anybody else pitch like crap? That was wow. What a big scoring game that was. The Mets, it just proves to me that the Mets are one of those teams that statistically they look okay, but wins and losses, they can't figure out their shit from Shinola. So here's another stat for you guys in this particular game. The Mets are 2-13 in their last 15 as an underdog. 2-13, last 15 as an underdog. Mariners are $1.20 favorite here. This is hammer time for the Mariners. Mariners money line front 5. Mariners money line game. Mariners over team total. What else you want, right? Let's see. And once again, Seattle minus 1.5 on the run line as the Mets are 1-7 at home against the spread in the last 8 home games. It just amazes me, all this one. Julio Rodriguez, 2+ total bases. Batty, though, I would say this. He is over a half a hit run RBI. So if you're looking for a Mets player there, he's hit that in 15 of his last 18 on that one. Brian Wu, 6+ strikeouts. He's knocked that out 4 of his last 5 starts as well. And then we get into Soto, over 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs. I still think it's worth the play as it's not juiced hardly at all in that one. So that's some good news there. Lindor's hot if you want to play him for several different things. Don't blame him all. Hit a couple home runs yesterday. Cal Riley had a big game yesterday. Excuse me. So if you want to go back to Cal, if you think he's going to do something, Brian Wu under 2.5 earned runs, I think is worth a play in that one as well. Beatty over, let's see, 1+ total base, not that juicy as well. And where else? I apologize. We had a couple more picked out here. Of course, we can't seem to find nothing, right? Anytime we're looking for something. But do like the Mariners in this particular spot. The Mets are just struggling. They can't figure out a way to win games or even stay within 2 runs of some games. So a lot of Mariners in this particular one here, unless you're just focused on player props, and then I think you got some options. Next game up, Brewers. And, man, I can't talk. In the Reds. So the Reds manager, I love Terry Francona, but after yesterday, he should be fired. You do not lose a game when you're up 8-1 in the second inning. You just don't do it. That's how hot the Brewers are right now. They were down 8-1, come back to win the game 10-8. Impressive stuff by the Brewhajas. That's what World Series teams are made of. Teams that can come from behind. They just don't win when they're front running. They win when they're coming from behind, unlike the Dodgers, who always seem to have a lead and then just hold on for dear life. No, the Brewers can come back. They've done it multiple times, not necessarily down 7 runs in this win streak. They've won 13 straight. You're going to play him for 14. You're not getting away from him here. Priester's pitched really well. Zach Luttrell for the Reds he's nothing spectacular. Brewers again, Brewers money line front 5. Brewers over the team total, Also like the game over 9.5 as well, over 5 for the first 5 innings. But I don't know how you don't like the Brewers. You're going to have to put up 2 touchdowns probably to put this team down. This team is so confident right now, winning 13 straight. And to be really honest, they have a 5-game series with the Cubs, I believe, starting Monday. This whole division is going to be over by Thursday of next week. That's how hot they are. The Cubs don't stand a chance against what the Brewers are doing now. So, I mean, they're beating the Reds up, and the Reds have a better chance to beat them than the Cubs do. If they get through this series, let's say they win the next 2, Saturday and Sunday, and then go into that Cubs series, this race is going to be over, and the Cubs are finally going to figure out they're just a wild card. In my opinion, the Cubs have no chance to come back anyway, even if they got hot. But everybody else in the country will know that the Brewers are no joke, and the Cubs are fishing to play a 3-game series somewhere early. All right, next game up, because we should, right? Oh, also Milwaukee-wise, Terang, Yelich, Contreras, let's see. Like all those guys, Vaughn obviously had a big home run. Yelich for a run, 7 straight games on the road. He's almost averaging 2 runs a game while on the road. Love Yelich in that one. Sal Frelick for a single, not that juicy. Probably an excellent play there as well. Let's see here. Just making sure we didn't miss nobody else. Looks like we got the rest of it covered there for you. Plus, it's all on the Brouhahas once again. Next game up, Braves, Guardians, Cicione, Joey Wentz. So Waldrop, I guess, thinks he's a Cy Young contender the way he's pitched in his last 2 games. Guardians get shut out. What an embarrassment that was, by the way. That was just god-awful. This game, 4:10 Eastern time frame as well. I'm going to be honest here. If the Guardians don't win this one here, I can't figure it out. Braves are one of the worst road teams in Major League Baseball. I know Acuna's back, but he went 0 for 3. And if anybody tells me Acuna home run is free money, I swear I'm probably just going to block you on a live show. Don't give me that right here. The Guardians should win this one. Guardians money line, first 5 innings. Guardians money line for the game. We assume the Guardians are going to score here, giving us over 3.5, 4.5 team total as well. 7:10 Eastern time as well. Orioles and the Astros. I would like to personally thank the Astros for the worst butt reaming on the entire planet by not being able to score 1 freaking run to cover the 7.5. Oh my bejesus. We told you Fromber was probably going to blow up. That happened. Brandon Young, who allows 3+ runs to everybody, had a perfect game, 2 outs in the 8th. What kind of offensive performance was that, the Astros? Like, we're really supposed to believe that you're a World Series contender? We have to, because the American League is so shoddy. But are we freaking kidding me? Oh, my God, what a pitiful offensive performance. There's no other words to say besides that. All right, let's give you the Orioles plays in this one here. So, by the way, the line, I didn't really get into it. Astros with Alexander against Remy Garcia. Looks like who's going to be the pitcher. We've had conflicting reports. Povich is on MLB. Remy Garcia is on FanDuel. Astros about $1.40 favorite almost. Total 8.5. We're going back to the well here because I have a feeling that after all that bullshit that we saw from them on Friday, the Astros are going to wake up. Astros, Orioles over 2.5 first 3, 4.5 first 5, 6.5 first 7. 8.5 for the game. Orioles over 3.5 team total. Astros over 4.5 team total. We got 4 batters, 5 bets apiece one more time. Gunnar and Mountcastle and Altuve and Correa, same 5 bets apiece. Home run, double, over 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs, 2+ total bases, 3+ total bases. Next game up, White Sox Royals, also at 7:10 Eastern time frame. We told you Royals and under. We actually got both sides of a game right. Noah Cameron pitched well, but didn't strike out a lot of guys. Royals offense does what it normally does, and that's struggle. They have against the Nationals, they look like they could score 10 runs on anybody. Then they play the White Sox, and Lorenzen against the White Sox has been fabulous in his career. We hope that continues in this spot here. Smith, on the other hand, okay. Royals about $1.60 favorite, total at 9.5. I would not blame you at all if you go back to the under like we did yesterday, but we are going to play Royals money line, minus 1.5, 2.5, 3.5 on the run line. Royals over 4.5 team total. Royals minus a half a run, first 3, first 5, first 7 innings. Vinny Pasquantino, Mikel Garcia, same 5 bets apiece, home run, double, over 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs, 2+ total bases, 3+ total bases. Next game up, Tigers, Twins. So Tigers came out and scored some freaking runs yesterday, 7. They got 5 early and didn't do much later. Twins, once again, didn't show up. Total in this game at 8.5. Tigers barely a favorite. I can't believe they're only in 112, 110 favorite here with Zerby on the other side. Zerby Matthews, god awful. All right, Tigers, money. You can play. Let's do this. We're going to be a little bit more aggressive here. Tigers minus a half a run, front 5. Tigers minus 1.5 on the run line. We're also we'd sprinkle a little bit on Tigers minus 2.5 on the run line. Tigers over their team total. Twins under their team total. Zerby Matthews over hits. Zerby Matthews over earned runs as well. I think the Tigers get a 6 spot and don't give up much on the other side. Next game up, Yankees and the Cardinals. So Yankees did hold on to the win. Didn't go over. Sonny Gray, Max Fried in this particular one here. Do like the Yanks again. Another game, another win. Even though Fried hasn't pitched awesome, Sonny Gray's pitched better his last couple starts after 4 of the most ugliest starts I've ever seen. Yankees money line first 5. Yankees money line for the game. And Yankees over team total. Giancarlo Stanton as well. We think he gets rock and rolling in this one against the Cardinals. Next game up, Diamondbacks, Rockies. What a disaster on Friday. How the hell are all these games going under between these two teams? Dollander, Ryan Nelson. If we don't see an over here, I don't know what we're going to do. Rockies plus 2.5 for the game. Rockies plus 1.5 the front 5. And I honestly think over 11.5 is where this game ends up. Like I said, the D-backs are so hard to figure out. I didn't think they were so reliant upon on the home run ball. Maybe they are. Suarez, by the way, continues to do nothing for Seattle. And maybe that and the Josh Naylor trade will end up working out here eventually for him. Not so far, but maybe down the road we see a little love there. Next game up, Tampa Bay Rays and the Giants, 9:05 Eastern time. That was a big scoring game. Verlander versus Hauser here. This is actually a spot where I do like Tampa in this one. Verlander really hasn't done much all season long. He's ate up some innings. That's basically what you can say about Verlander in this spot. Hauser's has had a resurgent type of year. We like the dog in this one with the Rays. Rays, money line first 5. Rays, money line for the game in that one there. Next game up, 9:10 Eastern time frame. We're going back to the Padres and the Dodgers. So we liked the Padres yesterday. They fall 1 run short. We told you guys the safer play was plus 1.5. We played that as well. That was the bigger play for us. That's all right. It ended up working out. Padres didn't score enough runs, but either did the Dodgers. Give Kershaw credit. I don't know if Kershaw pitched well or if the Padres just isn't hit with the shit. But either way, doesn't matter. Dodgers do get a big win. NL West evened up. Dylan Cease versus Blake Snell. So this game here totals at 8. I don't know. With these guys pitching, none of the other batters on the opposite team seem to have major success against them. So we're going under. We're going to take it up to 8.5 just to get the push out of the way. Dodgers, Padres under 2.5 first 3, 4.5 first 5, 6.5 first 8. Dodgers and the Padres under 3.5 team total. Snell and Cease. Snell for 6+ K, Cease for 7. Teoscar, Pajes, Rushing, Machado, and Bogarts all under 1.5 total bases. And the last game on the board, why not? 10:06 Eastern time frame. Angels and the A's, Morales and Anderson here. Totals at 10.5, and that total's in big trouble, I think, in this one. Anderson gives up runs like crazy. The A's offense seems to be capitalizing. Expect the Angels to score some runs here on the road. Over 5.5 front 5, over 10.5 for the game. I'd probably stay away from the side here and just play some totals. All right, so that's the full slate of Major League Baseball for Saturday, August 16th. Just a reminder, our episode brought to you by Outlier.com, the world's #1 sports betting app out there. Not only can you shop the best odds from Outlier, you're going to get some of the best bets out there, best chances to hit bets, what they call hit rate, things that have hit at 80, 100% in the trend wise, things that are going to be well worth it. 7-day free trial you can get in a couple spots on YouTube. In our channel page, there's a few links there along with the Discord, and our Google Sheets are all there. Also, you can get every comment section on every YouTube video we do. So check that out as well. Like I said, 7-day free trial at Outlier. Highly recommend it for everybody out there. If you like doing a little bit of your own research and you want to shop odds in one place, make it simple, Outlier is your spot. Also, private Discord channel available for all you out there. Yes, it's $50 per month. You ask everybody on there. I think they're pretty happy with the fact that it's $50 and not $500. Like some of these, there's people that charge $1,000 for a weekend, folks. This is $50 per month. You're going to get baseball, college football, NFL football, college basketball, NBA basketball, WNBA, Formula One, golf. The list goes on and on and on. And it's $50 per month. If you're wagering $200 or more per month, I promise you this $50 will come in handy. You can sign up. There's multiple spots. Take our YouTube channel page. You'll just see join our Discord, or end of every episode in the comments section, you'll see it there as well. We do appreciate everybody's support as always, and we look forward to seeing you on our next episode.